Love, a Chemical Hijack by Sadhguru. Sadhguru looks at how it is possible to create the right kind of chemistry and become loving, or to become loving and create the resultant chemistry. Every emotion that you go through has certain chemistry behind it. Whether you become joyous or sad, tense or calm, your chemistry is happening in different ways. It works in both directions. An emotion can change your chemistry, and similarly, changing your chemistry can change your emotion. For every different state of experience that we go through, our chemistry naturally passes through certain changes. Likewise, because our chemistry is going through changes, we pass through different levels of experiences. For example, when you get excited, your blood begins to flow faster and your heart will pump faster too. In the same way, if your heart starts pumping faster, you will get unnecessarily excited. Both are known facts. Hallucinatory drugs have been produced on this very basis. Likewise, treatment for psychiatric problems also works on this theory. When someone is very agitated, they give him a drug, a tranquilizer, and he becomes calm. These drugs somehow bring down the stress chemically. Any drug taking is manipulation on the level of your chemistry. Whatever the experience is, there is a supporting chemistry, and in the same way, whatever is the chemistry, there is a resultant experience. Is it possible to create love chemically? So then, can we create love chemically? Suppose if I transform my chemistry, can I become loving? Yes, that is what we do in yoga in terms of sadhana or practices. The difference between bhakti yoga and the other forms of yoga, especially hatha yoga and kriya yoga, is just this. With kriya yoga and hatha yoga, you are trying to transform your inner energies in order to transform the chemistry, so that your inner quality or your experiences will have a transformation. With bhakti yoga, you are trying to change your quality by being loving, so that someday your very chemistry becomes love. Without a proper chemistry, any amount of trying to become something will not lead you anywhere. No matter how much you say, I want to be calm, I want to be peaceful, if your chemistry is agitation, no matter how much you try, you will not settle down into peace. It is impossible. With pranayam, asanas and meditation, we are transforming the chemistry. This must be understood that with meditation, we are not trying to be peaceful. On the other hand, we are transforming the chemistry into that kind of chemistry where peace will be the natural way of being. What it means is, if with proper practices, you transform your chemistry into peace, a kind of chemistry that will make a person joyous, then your natural state will become that. Another way to do this is, by creating an object of love, maybe a god, a guru or some other object for which you have tremendous feeling. If you create tremendous amount of love towards that, then also your chemistry will undergo transformation. Both ways are true. Love shouldn't be just a tool for reproduction. When biologists talk about love and chemistry, it is totally different. If you look at all activities in nature, everything is aimed only at reproduction, nothing else. Flowers are not blooming out of their love for you. You may think so and poets may say so, but they are simply blooming so that pollination can take place, so that it will produce a seed and one more plant will come into life. That is their only interest. When the biologist talks about love, he is actually talking about reproduction. This is just a trick of the nature to keep things going. Nature wants to perpetuate itself. That is what is known as Maya. It has its own inbuilt systems to perpetuate itself. Nobody has to do anything. It does not even need the Creator's interference. That is the beauty of creation. Even the Creator is not needed, everything is automatic. That is the nature of Maya. But here, what we are referring to when we use the word love is, once you really experience love within you, your biology and the body becomes minimal. If your biology is too active, that means true love has not taken place within you. When bhakti enters a person, his body is of the least importance to him. He is willing to throw it and walk off, he is in that state. This kind of love will not bind you into the process of Maya, in fact, it liberates you from it. What is romance? Now let's take a look at what is romance and what being a true romantic means. The neighborhood girl or the girl you are in love with has become magnified in your eyes because your intelligence has been hijacked by your hormones. If it wasn't so, not just this one girl, but the whole universe and every piece of creation would have been worth your involvement, isn't it? That's what romance is. Romance is a very deep involvement. Why bother falling in love with just one person when you could have love affairs with the whole existence? Unfortunately, people have brought romance down to a male-female relationship, and if you utter the word relationship, it has to be between a man and a woman. It may not always be man-woman, but even if it is otherwise, people play the roles of man-woman. So essentially, what you call a relationship nowadays is just the involvement of two bodies. But just a few decades ago, if you said, "I have a relationship," it meant much more. People had relationships with their mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, friends, but today we have reduced our social discourse to such a level that if we say relationship, it must be a hormone-fired relationship. The whole problem of constantly viewing people through their gender is something that has to be erased from the world. Why can't you just look at human beings as they are? Why is it that you have to differentiate two people and say, this is a woman and that is a man? That kind of differentiation is only needed for one type of relationship. There is no need to distinguish and classify every person you come across, after considering their body parts. If at all you must identify them by body parts, let's choose the brain, not the reproductive organs. It's quite common to find people today going about saying, love is the core of the universe. Love is not the core of the universe. Believe me, love is just a human emotion. It's a human need that two human beings can fulfill for each other. It is a certain sweetness of your emotion that you call as love. Unfortunately, most human beings are able to give that sweetness of emotion only to the person who will provide some physical satisfaction for them. Otherwise they cannot open up. It is time we understand that we can have very profound relationships without having anything to do with the physical body. I am deeply involved, engaged, and have love affairs with millions of people. I don't know whether they reciprocate or not. I don't know whether they like me or not, but I have a fabulous love affair with just about everyone that I see and cannot see, because as far as I am concerned, love is not about them. Love is about how I am within myself.